It's time now for a look latest in local news. In the news, Election Day Tuesday, polls will be open here tomorrow between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Then the votes will be counted, and who knows when the official results will be in. One would hope Tuesday evening, but with all that is taking place statewide in Washington, D.C., only time will tell. Good news is that the turnout in early voting has been very heavy at the polls here in Wayne County. Over 5,000 votes already have been cast in the 3 weeks of early voting. On December 31st, the final day of the early voting, 528 more votes were cast. The official vote in Wayne County, the total 5,112 votes early in the early voting process. Both parties making their final push today and Tuesday. President Trump arriving in Georgia today for a campaign rally tonight in Dalton, Georgia at their regional airport. That gets underway at 7 p.m. this evening. President-elect Joe Biden arriving for a campaign stop today in Atlanta as both parties attempt to encourage their voters to get out and vote in what will decide the balance of power in Washington, D.C. Statewide, a record 3 million voters have already voted in this race. It'll all be decided by the turnout on Tuesday. Georgia Network News and Fox News will have the coverage tomorrow night. We'll have Wayne County's totals for you on Wednesday's newscast. The 3 million votes cast early sets a new record for runoffs in the state of Georgia, breaking the 2.1 million who voted early in the 2008 runoff for U.S. Senate between Republican Saxby Chambliss and Democrat Jim Martin. Once again, tomorrow is Election Day in the state of Georgia. All eyes on the state. Again, polls open tomorrow at 7 a.m., remain open until 7 p.m. Kelly Loeffler on the ballot opposed by Democrat Raphael Warnock, and David Perdue on the ballot opposed by his Democratic opponent John Ossoff. Again, if you haven't voted as of yet, you still have all day tomorrow to do so. Election Day Tuesday, January the 5th. This is the first Monday of the month. The Wayne County Commissioners set to meet tonight at 7 p.m. for their first meeting of the year at 7 p.m. They'll have the election of the chairman and vice chairman tonight. That's the first items on the agenda after the adoption of the agenda. Then under new business, consider and approve budgets for T-SPLOST, Go Bond, and Revolution or Revolving Loan Fund. Consider and approve Holmesville Road construction utility relocation cost. Consider and approve Sunset Boulevard temporary surface repairs. Consider and approve disaster recovery and redevelopment plan. Discuss, consider and approve contract for concession agreement. Consider and approve resolution to adopt a Wayne County comprehensive plan where it all comes together. Consider and approve resolution for the issuance of the TANs. Consider and approve health care renewal. Consider and approve resolution for the Public Works Authority. All that on the agenda tonight under new business. Also several board appointments that were tabled from November 2nd still on the agenda for tonight, along with items with the county administrator, items with the commissioners. There is an executive session to discuss personnel. All that taking place tonight at 7 p.m. at the county commissioners meeting room. I have a full report for you tomorrow here on the local news. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Newly elected Sheriff Chuck Mosley on the job. He announced over the weekend a drug arrest. 30-year-old Jeremy Woodson arrested and charged with possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, possession of several Schedule I drugs, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Mosley says deputies with the Sheriff's Department, law and narcotics investigators, and officers of the Jesup Police Department executed a search warrant at 125 Timothy Lane in Jesup. They stated they received information that drugs were being sold from the residence. Upon execution of the search warrant, officers found 2 pods of marijuana, 2 cups of THC oil, numerous Schedule I drugs, and $4,000 in cash, along with 4 firearms. Once again, 30-year-old Jeremy Woodson of Jesup arrested, and Sheriff Mosley says the case could lead to more arrests as it's an ongoing investigation. Congressman Buddy Carter in Washington, D.C., sworn in to the 117th United States Congress on Sunday to serve his 4th term as U.S. Representative for Georgia's 1st Congressional District. Buddy Carter says we're at a critical moment in American history as this Congress begins. He says he's ready to continue fueling the great American comeback, helping to ensure every American who wants the COVID-19 vaccine is able to receive one, and supporting the Americans and small businesses who have been harmed by this pandemic due to no fault of their own. In the 1st District, he says he's proud of the wins we've been able to deliver. We'll continue fighting every single day to support our neighbors, our communities, and our economic engines. As the proud representative of every branch of the military, Carter says he'll continue to be an advocate for the military installations in the 1st District, our troops and their families. He says, plain and simple, I'll continue to work across party lines to get things done while maintaining my conservative principles. Serving the 1st District of Georgia has been one of the greatest honors of his life. He says he'll continue delivering results. Wayne County Chamber of Commerce getting ready for their local Eggs and Issues breakfast at the Pine Forest Country Club. Takes place on Thursday, January 7th from 7:30 to 9 a.m. This year's event will be a little different than years past due to COVID-19 and social distancing guidelines. They'll host a combination of an in-person and virtual event. First 10 sponsors will have 8 in-person tickets. All others will be virtual tickets to access and view the program online. Virtual tickets are free to chamber members, $10 for non-chamber members. And if you'd like a virtual ticket, again, the in-person ticket seating has been sold out. Again, the virtual tickets are $10 for non-chamber members. If you'd like to purchase one, simply contact the chamber today at 427-2028 or go to their website, waynechamber.com. Guest speakers for the event will be Senator Blake Tillery and Representatives Bill Werkheiser and Stephen Meeks, again set for this Thursday, January 7th, 7:30 to 9 a.m. at the Pine Forest Country Club. We'll come back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes and news are making progress down off the coast of St. Simons as crews completed the second cut Saturday evening of the Golden Ray. They'll now prepare for lifting operations. Once lifting operations are complete, a barge will move into position to receive this section of the cargo ship that became stranded off the Georgia coast. Barge will then transport Mears Point Terminal for future sea fastening salvages. Are cutting the Golden Ray into 8 pieces. Crews successfully cut the bow section of the Golden Ray at the end of November and then placed it onto barge Julie B. The bow left St. Simons Island late last month for a recycling facility in Louisiana. Major concern is the environmental impact. Crews have been monitoring from land, air, and water. An environmental protection barrier was placed around the ship in June, and the 150-yard safety zone around the protection barrier has now been increased to 200 yards for recreational vessels. 656-foot ship from South Korea overturned in the Seine near the port of Brunswick back in September of 2019, while carrying 4,200 vehicles that the U.S. Coast Guard analysts found the ship overturned because of unstable loading. Wayne Memorial Hospital has announced the first baby born in the year 2021 as Sarah Rain Wilson, 8 pounds, 3 ounces, 21 inches long. Parents are Elena and Mark Wilson of Wayne County. Sarah was helped into the world by Dr. Sandra Major, assisted by Dr. Jeffrey Harris. Her pediatrician is Dr. Stanley Jones. Parents say she's named after her paternal great-grandmother who passed away in May. Again, Sarah Rain Wilson, the first baby born in the year 2021 at Wayne Memorial Hospital. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morganson, have a great day.